The Los Angeles Lakers are now seen as one of the most dangerous teams heading into the playoffs, especially with Luka Doncic in the lineup. Since making the blockbuster trade to acquire him, the Lakers have been focused on building chemistry and integrating his unique skill set into their system. With a player of Doncic's caliber on board, the team's offensive potential has reached a whole new level. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Doncic provides the Lakers with a legitimate top 5 player in the NBA. Someone who is not only one of the most elite offensive weapons in the league, but also a playmaker who can elevate everyone around him. His ability to control the tempo, break down defenses, and create scoring opportunities for both himself and his teammates makes him a perfect fit alongside LeBron James. When you have two players of this caliber orchestrating the offense, the possibilities are limitless. Adding Austin Reeves to the mix further strengthens the Lakers' offensive firepower. Reeves has proven himself as a reliable scorer and secondary playmaker, giving the Lakers another weapon who can step up when needed. While the team's defense isn't necessarily its biggest strength, they make up for it with an explosive offensive approach. Their game plan revolves around outscoring opponents, and with Doncic, James, and Reeves leading the charge, they have the firepower to do just that. Meanwhile, LeBron James has brought back his podcast, Mind the Game. The show had been on pause ever since J.J. Redick was appointed as the Lakers' head coach. But now, James has returned, this time with a new co-host, two-time NBA MVP and former Brooklyn Nets head coach Steve Nash. This pairing is a dream for basketball purists, as both players are known for their high basketball IQs and deep understanding of the game. The first episode of their podcast is set to drop on Tuesday, and fans are eagerly awaiting their insights. To build anticipation for the launch, a teaser clip was released, showing James and Nash discussing Luka Doncic's brilliance. During their conversation, Nash asked LeBron what excites him most about playing alongside Doncic, and James' response gave fans a glimpse into how much he respects Luka's game. Some guys just exude confidence. Luka has that. In the clip, James elaborates on what makes Doncic such a special player, highlighting his ability to read the game at an elite level. He plays the game the way I've always wanted to inspire the next generation to play. Nothing is predetermined. If two defenders are on you, it becomes a numbers game. If you have the advantage, whether it's against a defender you can beat, or if the defense collapses, I can already see the play unfolding and make the right pass before it even happens. For James, playing alongside a player who sees the game the same way he does is a rare and valuable experience. There aren't many players in the history of the NBA who can process the game at such a high level, and Doncic is one of the few who fits that mold. His ability to anticipate defensive rotations, recognize mismatches, and make split-second decisions is something that separates him from most players in the league. With James and Doncic sharing playmaking duties, the Lakers have a unique advantage over their competition. Having two elite floor generals who can both score and facilitate makes their offense nearly impossible to predict. Opposing defenses will struggle to contain both stars, as doubling one of them often means leaving the other open to create an easy scoring opportunity. This dynamic could be the key to the Lakers making a deep playoff run this season. Individually, both players have continued to put up impressive numbers. LeBron James is currently averaging 24.5 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 8.5 assists per game, showcasing his ability to contribute in multiple ways despite being in his 21st NBA season. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic has seamlessly adapted to his new role with the Lakers, averaging 27.5 points, 8.8 rebounds, and 7.9 assists per game since joining the team. His impact has been immediate, and as he continues to build chemistry with his new teammates, his numbers could climb even higher. For Lakers fans, the excitement surrounding this duo is palpable. The combination of LeBron's veteran leadership and Luka's youth and skill creates a perfect balance. The playoffs are a different beast, and every possession matters. But with James and Doncic leading the way, the Lakers have every reason to believe they can contend for a championship. As the postseason approaches, all eyes will be on the Lakers to see just how far they can go. Will this new partnership be enough to propel them back to the NBA Finals? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. Watching LeBron James and Luka Doncic play together is something every basketball fan should appreciate. For any Lakers legend, the ultimate honor is being immortalized in bronze outside Crypto.com arena. The franchise has already honored icons like Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, and Jerry West with statues. But what about LeBron James? Has he done enough in a Lakers uniform to earn that same distinction? It's a question that has sparked intense debate among fans, analysts, and former players. On one hand, LeBron helped bring a championship to LA in 2020, broke the NBA's all-time scoring record while wearing purple and gold, and continues to perform at an elite level, even in his 21st season. On the other hand, he arrived in Los Angeles late in his career and has only won one title with the team so far. Recently, Lakers legend Shaquille O'Neal, who himself has a statue outside the arena, shared his thoughts on the matter in an interview with NBA insider Brandon "Scoop B" Robinson. When asked if LeBron deserves a statue, Shaq didn't hesitate. "LeBron broke the all-time scoring record, and he did it as a Laker," O'Neal said. "Would I be against him getting a statue in LA? No, I wouldn't. If they want to give him one, I'd be fine with that." Shaq's words carry weight. He knows what it takes to be enshrined outside the Lakers' home arena, and he believes that LeBron's accomplishments in LA are worthy of recognition. It's true that LeBron's Lakers tenure has been impressive. He joined the team in 2018 and has since led them to an NBA championship, multiple playoff appearances, and deep postseason runs. He's been an all-star every year he's worn a Lakers jersey and has been named to 6 All-NBA teams, with a 7th likely coming this season. And now, with superstar Luka Doncic as his new teammate, LeBron might not be done yet. If he can lead the Lakers to another championship, his case for a statue will become even stronger. One of the biggest arguments against LeBron receiving a statue is that his only championship with the Lakers came during the 2020 bubble season. Because that title was won in an empty arena in Orlando due to the COVID-19 pandemic, some critics argue that it carries less weight than a traditional championship. Shaq isn't buying it. "I'm not the one you should ask about that," O'Neal said. But he won a championship with the Lakers, and a lot of people try to discredit it. If that one doesn't count, then you can't count Mr. Tim Duncan's bubble championship either. That's right. I said it. If we're counting Tim Duncan's lockout year championship, then you have to count LeBron's too. Shaq's point is clear: every championship comes with its own challenges. The bubble season may have been unique, but the Lakers still had to outplay every other team to win it all. The mental and physical toll of being isolated in Orlando for months was something no other championship team had to endure. If anything, winning in the bubble required even more resilience and focus. And for Shaq, that title is just as legitimate as any other. Of course, winning one championship in LA doesn't always guarantee a player legendary status. The Lakers are a franchise built on dynasties. Their fan base expects nothing less than sustained excellence. Shaq summed it up perfectly. "The thing about the Lakers is, their fans are real greedy," he said. "Okay, you got us this bubble championship, but when are you going to get us another?" It's always that. And he's not wrong. With 17 NBA championships, the Lakers are tied with the Boston Celtics for the most in league history. Their fans are used to seeing their team at the top. They don't just want one title every decade, they want sustained dominance. LeBron's arrival in 2018 was supposed to signal the beginning of a new Lakers dynasty. While he delivered in 2020, the team hasn't won a championship since. If he can lead them to another, the conversation about his Lakers legacy will shift dramatically. LeBron isn't the only Laker whose legacy is up for debate. If he's being considered for a statue, what about other franchise greats like Anthony Davis and Pau Gasol? Davis, who was LeBron's co-star on the 2020 championship team, has been one of the best big men in the league for years. He's been named to multiple All-Star, All-NBA, and All-Defensive teams. Some even argue that he was the Lakers' most important player during their title run. He also played a crucial role in leading the Lakers to the Western Conference Finals in 2023. While injuries have slowed him down at times, there's no denying his impact when he's on the court. If he can add another championship to his resume, his case for a statue will become much stronger. Then there's Pau Gasol. The Spanish big man was Kobe Bryant's right-hand man during the Lakers' back-to-back championships in 2009 and 2010. He made 3 All-Star teams and was named to 3 All-NBA teams during his time in LA. His number 16 jersey has already been retired by the team, so does he deserve a statue as well? Statues are reserved for the absolute legends of the franchise. Gasol was a key part of 2 championship teams, but was he a big enough icon to be immortalized outside the arena? That's a debate that will continue for years. Ultimately, the decision to give LeBron a statue will come down to how his Lakers career ends. If he retires with just one championship in LA, some fans and analysts might argue that his time with the team, while historic, doesn't quite measure up to the legends who have already received the honor. But if he manages to win another ring, especially now that he has Luka Doncic as a teammate, that conversation could change completely. For now, LeBron remains one of the most dominant players in the league, even in his 21st season. He continues to put up incredible numbers and carry the Lakers to playoff contention. Whether or not he gets a statue, his impact on the franchise is undeniable. And as Shaq said, if the Lakers decide to give him one, he's all for it. According to Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, LA has been linked to a potential move for Portland Trail Blazers guard Anthony Simons. With much of the league focused on the recent firing of Taylor Jenkins, front office executives around the NBA have already begun shifting their attention to what is expected to be a highly active offseason. The salary cap is set to increase, which could open the door for a flurry of trade discussions and free agent signings. The Lakers, as always, are expected to be aggressive in their pursuit of roster improvements. The big question, however, is where Simons would fit on this Lakers team. If acquired, would he serve as a high-scoring bench piece behind Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic, two players already known more for their offensive prowess than their defense? Or could Reeves potentially be included in a trade package to bring Simons to Los Angeles? While it's certainly a long shot, another team mentioned as a possible landing spot for Simons if the Blazers were to look to trade him is the Lakers, sources said. Take this with a grain of salt, as Los Angeles has more pressing matters to tend to on defense and in terms of frontcourt personnel, Siegel reported. This brings up another key issue the Lakers must address: their frontcourt depth. Los Angeles has relied heavily on Jackson Hayes to fill their starting center role this season, but the young big man is set to become an unrestricted free agent this summer. While he has shown flashes of potential and has likely earned himself a pay raise, he still appears too raw to take on the responsibilities of a full-time starting center on a contending team. Meanwhile, Alex Len, whom the Lakers picked up on the buyout market, has struggled to make a meaningful impact as Hayes' backup. Maxi Kleber, another player who could have helped in the frontcourt, has yet to return from his January surgery, leaving LA short on reliable options at the center position. Outside of those three, the team's only other traditional big men are two-way contract players Trey Jemison III and Christian Koloko, neither of whom are expected to be long-term solutions. The idea of Simons playing alongside Luka Doncic certainly makes sense, Siegel wrote. He is a reliable three-point shooter who can operate on or off the ball, creating a dynamic scoring duo for the future with Luka. Head coach J.J. Redick has also spoken highly of Simons' potential and offensive skill set. There's no denying Simons' offensive talent. The 25-year-old guard has proven himself to be a dangerous perimeter scorer and playmaker, capable of creating his own shot as well as complementing other stars. His shooting ability could certainly help open up the floor for the Lakers, giving them another reliable scorer who can stretch defenses and take pressure off LeBron James and Luka Doncic. However, his defense is a legitimate concern. The Lakers already have two high-usage stars in Doncic and James, neither of whom are elite defenders at this stage of their careers. Adding another player with similar defensive limitations could make it even more difficult for LA to shore up their weaknesses on that end of the floor. Simons has been criticized for his defensive effort at times, with some analysts pointing out lapses in his awareness and intensity. A recent clip from a Blazers game went viral, showing Simons completely losing track of his defensive assignment, allowing an easy basket for the opposing team. Offensively, though, Simons has had an impressive season in Portland. In 70 games, he's averaging 19.3 points per game on solid shooting splits, 42.6% from the field, 36.3% from beyond the arc, and an impressive 90.2% from the free throw line. He's also contributing 4.8 assists, 2.7 rebounds, and nearly a steal per game. In Portland, Simons has been a starter, but what his role would be on a true title contender like the Lakers remains an open question. While his offensive skill set is undeniable, the Lakers must carefully weigh whether his scoring ability is enough to offset his defensive shortcomings. If LA ultimately decides to pursue a trade for Simons, it would likely require moving key assets to acquire him. The Lakers have already shown a willingness to be aggressive in the trade market, as evidenced by their blockbuster acquisition of Luka Doncic. But with the team's current defensive struggles and frontcourt concerns, they must be certain that adding another offensive-minded player is truly the best path forward. As the off-season approaches, the Lakers will have to make some tough decisions about how to build a roster capable of contending for a championship. Whether that includes a move for Anthony Simons remains to be seen, but one thing is certain, the Lakers will be exploring all possible avenues to improve their team.